Hey y'all. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. Okay. Sorry y'all. Hey, how y'all doing today? Sorry, family. I've had a very emotional day. It's just been one emotion after another. And then I messed around and caught myself getting on TikTok trying to get my emotions to calm down, and baby, it did the exact opposite. So I figured I'd come talk to y'all for a minute. Mm. Life is life in Circle's life, okay? Just remember that. I hope y'all be praying for me. I really hope y'all be praying for me because I be needing every single last prayer you got. All of them. Hey, Pumpkin. Hola, hola, hola. Hey, sister. Hey, daughter. Hey, niecey poos and nephews and everybody. Girl, I appreciate y'all. Life is life and real hard. From every angle, honey. From every angle you can think about. Life is life in real life. Ugh. The character of some people is just, you know, sometimes people just, they're not. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. Sometimes people's character is just not, it just don't line up. So I can already tell that the temperature is different from in here than in my room. And I'll be sweating in a minute, and I don't want to because the temperature already went back to winter time. What in the heck? It was just 99 degrees outside yesterday. Was it not 99 degrees just about? It's been like summer at 5 o'clock in the morning, right? We're just going to turn the heater on and turn it off because I don't want to start sweating. Anyway, you said yes, let's try to pray for all of you. Said for all of y'all. You said especially you, sister. Oh, I appreciate that. I know we pray for each other. That's one thing about WOIU. We pray for each other here. Even if it's not in some big corporate prayer where everybody hollering and screaming, we pray for each other. I know that y'all do. You know what I'm saying? It's not a question. And that might not be every day. You got to think. If all of us take 1 day a week and pray for everybody in the community, I mean, you know what I'm saying? You going to get hit somewhere. Somebody that sent out a God, if please take care of the people here and this. That includes you, whether they say your name or not. You said yesterday I was sweating. Now I'm under a heated blanket this part. You see what I'm saying? So you said my daughter and I was talking about people's character today. I'm beginning not to like people. You said Auntie always praying for you and everyone, Dean. Listen. I love us a lot. I do. It's just the other people. It is just the other people on the planet, honey. I don't even know what to say sometimes. Okay, y'all, I'm getting used to this because I can see all my other apps with this thing at the bottom. So do I strap? Okay. I don't like this new update on my iPad. I'm gonna just tell y'all that right now. He said, and God be listening to, my uncle made a great recovery and is in rehabilitation for building his strength back up now. Come on. People when things are getting darker. Listen. And it's just so shicey. I was having a conversation with my son today, and we were talking about how we can understand why people don't want to like go to church and stuff, because it's the way that the people that people look up to for being an ordained minister or whatever their title is. But those people always have the most mess around their lives. Now, I'm not saying everybody, but they use the spiritual gifts that they have to manipulate people, and it's given you didn't get the prophecy until the news said it. That's what I'm seeing. And just in everything. They say, "Oh, God put you on my heart." No, somebody called your phone and talked to you about me. I'm not gonna do this with you. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do no fake words from God around here. Hello. Do we? We only want the truth. And you don't try to come and manipulate and then use that as a reason to spread people's business and all of the messy stuff that goes on in a lot of the religious institutions. And the crazy thing is I get to see it in my real life, in my own life, and it's sickening to me. You got people's lives, souls, if God has used them to come to you, and you fake getting words from God and stuff. It's like, it's weird. It's crazy to me. Or am I tripping? Am I tripping? God then put them on your heart until somebody called and told them your business. And you know for a fact that that's what it is. It ain't because God just all of a sudden put you on their heart. Have you ever had this situation happen to you is what I want to know. Okay? And if you have, this is why people don't be trusting when people say, "I got a word from God for you." Because no, you're not telling the truth. It's sad. It really is. God sent me. God told me, like, right. It's pretty spooky to me, you know? Anyway, that's just that. Can y'all see the beginning of people losing it and people's eyes being opened as of the other day? With this young lady. Nobody lost it over the black eye in Cali, but they're definitely losing it over this mama. Right. The unraveling is happening. Do you see it? And it's happening very quickly. Days. What do you think is going to happen when ICE starts going door to door. He said, no, I left church. It's going on 3 years, about 3 weeks ago. Interesting. Huh? What do you think is about to start happening? They've already been going to door, actually. Who remembers during 2020 that they told us when we saw kind of what's happening right now, that these were training exercises in 2021. It was like East Coast. Do y'all remember this? Anybody? Or is it just me? And they kept saying, oh, those are, police force military training, or this or this or this or this. Do y'all remember this? And I said, they practicing. We showed that video here a couple times. I said, they're practicing. They are. They're getting ready, because this is going to be going on in every neighborhood. Now, there was a crazy lady once ago. She used to sit on an island all by herself, and somehow she got a word in a bottle to people in faraway lands. It made it across the oceans and the seas and the rivers and the plains. This bottle just floated all down around and said, in a minute, they about to be in your neighborhood. And they gonna be at the end of the street in military vehicles. You might not be able to walk around in your own neighborhood. Did that bottle get to your house? It was a lady sitting on the island all by herself. And she took a little bottle and rolled some paper up in it and sent it across the rivers and the lakes and the mountains and the shores. Do y'all remember? Y'all remember? She put a letter in the bottle and said, hey, you need to prepare for this. But shortly, they gonna be knocking on your door. So, you said, I left the church that I had been ushering, singing in choir 3 weeks ago. I tried, but Niecy, I tell you, the madness. That's why when they tried to bring that church stuff over here, I said this is school and it's not gonna fly. If I find out you're being messy, if I find out you're trying to start a revolt or whatever else, you're booted off the island. Because this is free school and everybody that's here want to be here. But if you don't want to be here, what you're not going to do is spread poison through this community, because you don't know how to leave and go find something that do make you happy, instead of complaining about every single thing in this place and how you're irritated with CERCA doing this, or you don't like that people. We don't need it. You gotta go and find a place where that's okay, because it's not okay over here. You're not gonna kill the vibe of everybody else like you're forced to be here. This is not church or school. If at any given time that it rubs you the wrong way, or you feel like you need to, one, this is social media. You pay your phone bill. You don't have to come here. But two, anytime you feel like you want to start spreading poison through the community and mischief and gossip and all the stuff that goes on in certain religious places, don't let me find out about it. we're not doing none of that. Because that, one, brings the morale of the people down. Two, people don't feel free to share or participate in class if it's messy. And then that would mean that our classes are not productive. So, or unproductive, whatever you want to call it. But we're not doing that. I feel like our classes, for the most part, have been pretty productive, and that's why I don't play that crazy stuff. It's a lot of people that could have been farther in their walk with God if they didn't have messy leadership. If they didn't have people fighting for roles and space and attention in church, a lot more people could be saved. The churches probably would be filled, but most people are worried about getting a position and being able to boss people around and tell people what to do, instead of nurturing the souls that are coming through the door and wounding up the battle soldiers that have left the church and went out and tried to fight for Christ and came back. You don't see that type of stuff anymore. You don't. Somebody got to go out and bring the souls in. Well, if it's a war going on outside, then that means some of us going to get hurt. Some of us going to have some battle wounds and stuff like that. But how was y'all welcoming us when we... Have you ever noticed that it's always the most unconventional Christian person, even in just a regular church, that be bringing different type of people, and instead of the people embracing them and saying, hey, we welcome you to Christ, not to our church, but to Christ. Come on in, find a seat. We don't do cliques here, but there's somebody here that's going to bless your spirit. We don't know your story. You don't have to tell us all your business when you come here. Whenever you are ready and God leads you to tell your testimony, if it'll help somebody, not hurt somebody, if it'll help somebody, or if you've been hurt, you can tell that here. We will not hold it against you. You know what I'm saying? Like, church would be, it would be full of different spirits, I think. You see what I'm saying? Because, one, people wouldn't come in feeling like they were the only person. If more people told their true testimonies, then the person that's struggling with it, the person that's thinking about going back to it, then they would know they don't have to do that. You know what I mean? So, I'm not knocking all churches, but to me, they're not the hospitals they should be. To me, they're kind of like a trauma center, some of them, that add more trauma to a sick person, and that's sad. I actually saw something last night that kind of hit me a little different, and I'm gonna say, I'm not gonna speak against none of these platform, like big preachers or whatever, but I did see one in particular, and he said, don't listen to these people on the internet and these people that are preaching on the internet tell you that we're already in the tribulation. He said, have they came and told you that you have to put a stamp in your forehead or a stamp on your hand yet? Does your child have food? Why are you listening to these people? This is what he said. He said that the peace treaty has not been signed yet. Even though the two-state Palestinian deal happened right after the what's in it? Huh? Do you know that they're talking about requiring people to give their biometrics in order to get food stamps? Reverend, that has a gazillion people following him. He said the rapture hasn't happened yet, so we can't be in a tribulation. And this is one of the big pastors that y'all probably be sharing quotes. What you think? They're already using this system in Alaska, not to mention the other countries already. They're already used it. Mexico been went to digital ID, and then all these other people, countries, they're throwing their money in the streets. Reverend, why are you telling people that we? And he said if they read, they would know that this isn't true. Can you tell me what ICE is going to be looking for when they go door to door? What kind, Miss Nicole? It's a specific kind, and what kind, Nisi Poo? ID citizenship. You guys remember me telling you I just flew back in October, in November? Y'all remember? Danny, the real ID with the yellow star. Do you all remember us watching a video of a lady on an island? And in her video, she said it's the same star that they used to put on a certain number of people to tell where you was at and where you was supposed to be. Y'all remember that lady? She had the bottle with the, she would just be sending random letters at different times. Y'all remember this lady? And we talked about the yellow star. I mean, the people that she talked to talked about the yellow star. And it was going to show what neighborhood you were supposed to be in and where you were supposed to be because you're out of your jurisdiction. And they would be able to come in and check whenever they wanted to, and you wanted to make sure that you could have your children because they planned on taking them. And now we know why. Y'all remember that movie? Hide your dogs, hide your cats, but not hide your children. Not hide your wife, not hide your husband, hide the animals. But give us access to the other things that we need. Hello. How many men are saying that they are being sexually assaulted in a detention center? So y'all got chicks running through there, or is this something y'all want to tell us niggas? I'm trying to understand. And not by the other detainees. That's what I'm hearing. So what is it? You want to tell us something? Because how are all of these men being assaulted? Huh? Make it make sense. Who's assaulting them? Since everybody got their chest all popped out and everything and got so much energy, why is y'all over here assaulting detainees? If y'all want to just be, I mean, you ain't got to kidnap nobody to do that. But then again, Mm. You don't gotta kidnap nobody to. If that's what you want, I ain't encouraging nothing, but you don't gotta. Cause why are you snatching men from their families to do this? So it can't be about none of this because the children are being assaulted too. The women are being assaulted. It's starting to sound like there was a time in life that this all sounded very, very, very familiar. Y'all remember? Real familiar. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Could just be nothing. Hello. Remember we talked about the hotline? We talked about the hotline. Come on. We talked about the hotline. Well, I saw a video today that said some people showed up at the lady house. They started knocking on the doors asking who lived there. Tell us whatever you can. I also saw another video of a pastor. And somebody, while he was in the back of a police car up in Minneapolis or wherever they at, he said, oh, your palm color, you won't be no fun. But they kept asking him, are you scared yet? Are you scared yet? Are you scared yet? And he said, no, I'm not. And then they let him out and told him, because your palm color, you won't be any fun anyway. Where y'all think we at? Tell me. It's giving second half. What y'all got? Hmm?
speaks through history. Apostles and evangelists were going to be gone. The church is going to be gone. The full force of evil is going to envelop the world. The Antichrist will emerge on the scene. He will sign a 7-year peace treaty. He will have world power. We will all be in heaven. And then the world will be in chaos. I mean, come on, fam. Do you really think a man could arise right now and say he is Christ and we would believe him? No, ain't no way. So once the church is removed and proclamation is removed and the church is gone and evil envelops the world, now you have an atmosphere for the Antichrist to come and deceive the whole world. And then the Lord speaks through history, saying, those of you who are alive at that time, when you see the abomination of desolation, look at his warning in verse 16. Then let those who are in Judea what? Flee. He says, if you're in Israel, run. Get out of there. Run to the mountains and hide. Let the one who's on the housetop.
What you think? He said nobody is making you your kid. You said, but God's wrath and judgment falls upon all, no matter where we choose to hide. He sees us all. What I'm saying is, why are you telling people not to get ready, and now they about to be going door to door asking you for your papers? Do you think that's really for you to be a citizen? Or do you think that's for you to be a global citizen? How are we gonna say flee once he's revealed? Then say he won't come on the scene as the Christ. They won't accept him and they'll be in heaven. That's contradictory. Listen, he was saying, don't listen to these people that's telling you we're in a trip. And I'm not knocking them, brother. He bringing people to Christ. But I do believe this is why a lot of people are not going to be prepared. This is why a woman just got shot in the head. 3 headshots after dropping her baby off. And they still don't see it. They still don't see it. They are talking about for food stamps. You have to give biometric or you can't get nothing. And not just for the parent. Because I remember when they used to make you give your thumbprint for food stamps. I think my oldest daughter was just born when they was doing that where I was at. You had to put it on a little thing. You didn't do no fingerprint, nothing. They put it on a little digital thing. And I was like, this when they first came out with the cards. Because they didn't used to have cards. We got food stamps, the actual bills. Hello. That was a long time ago. Electronic benefit transfer, honey. I remember. That's also when the Super Walmarts came out, just about the same time. Super Walmarts came, because who remembers Walmart was not all of that. Walmart was clothes, toys, and a tire center. And you could get a little bit of washing powder and stuff, but it didn't used to be all that it is right now. No, they didn't have no refrigerated food in Walmart. That was not a thing. Do y'all remember this? You wasn't buying no. I remember when they added the grocery store part of it, and we couldn't believe it. But you know what I saw? Because that wasn't a normal thing for most grocery stores. Y'all know that that was not a thing. You went to the grocery store and you went to Kmart, Walmart, JC Penney's, JC, it was separate stores. It was not, you can go get your furniture. Yo, it was a big deal when the groceries came. Come on. Oh, girl, I'm about to go shop at the Super Walmart because I can go there and get everything I need. If I need to get my car done, I can put some stuff on layaway for my kids. Y'all remember this? See, these kids don't know nothing about that. But I remember when all of the, it was 99 for me. It's the year my daughter was born. You said you used to work for them before they became super, so you know none of that stuff was there. Right. But when it happened, I told all my friends, you need to watch a movie called Thief in the Night, because the one thing that stood out to me in Thief in the Night, and I was only 12 or 13 years old, or maybe even younger than that, the first time I seen it, was why can you buy everything in the store? And right when the Super Walmarts came out, so did that digital EBT food stamp transfer card, honey. That, like, the same year. And I told my people, I said, because that's exactly what happened in Thief in the Night. And they was like, girl, you crazy. Nobody's listening. Five and Dime, Woolworths, all of that. Yeah. You had to, Saturday, oh yeah, y'all was going to be up at early because you had to go from one side of the town because you don't shop at that Kmart. You got to go out to the other one and all of this. It was an all-day thing. And you coming home with all that stuff. And listen, tired because your parents that made you walk around the mall. You didn't have to go everywhere. Radio Shack. You said, I remember when food stamps used to actually come in a book. This part. Mm-hmm. 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 All of that. So seeing this now to where a minivan full, come on. So think about it. What we are seeing now. He said, and that's when you can put your stuff on layaway. Girl, yes. Was a layaway queen, honey. So I kept them kids. I put their stuff on soon as the season is. Kept me a good layaway or 2 or 3. Burlington had layaway. Everybody had layaway. And I need to budget my money out, honey. I had too many kids. Kept my mama, she said, keep a layaway of your house stuff. Keep a layaway of the next season of clothes for the kids. And something else, like other odd and stuff. And did. That's how I moved. When I moved out, I didn't need to buy nothing. I had been doing layaway. As soon as I figured out I was about to move out, baby, I started laying. It was only me and that little boy, too. Baby, I started layaway and everything. So when I got ready to move, I didn't need no laundry soap, no nothing. I had been putting all that stuff on layaway, like $150, $200 a month per, whether it be sheets and towels and all of that was. Mm-hmm. That's when life was good. He said back in the day, we had Toys R Us. Yeah. You'd be so happy to go get your layaway back. I'm like, yes. Well, listen. Mm-hmm. Anyway, that being said, this is scary for me, and I'm going to tell you why. Because a lot of people are not prepared for what is about to happen, because you have pastors telling people that you're not going to be required to get this or you can't eat. The church is still here, so you don't have nothing to worry about. Do you think that is a true statement? And I'm not calling nobody a liar, but do you think that the church has nothing to worry about right now? You think that's a thing? Literally telling people, oh, because the church is still here, you don't have to worry. Well, now a certain people is about to be knocking on the door. Did y'all not watch Left Behind or any other movies reference? Is what I want to know. Because they always tell you that it's not going to happen like that. But remember, I told y'all, I said, well, really, Left Behind did tell you they just put the rapture in front, but just take the rapture and put it at the back of that. And then they told you everything that was going to happen. Y'all remember us talking about this? I said it technically ain't wrong what they said, and except for the people coming up missing. I said, but everything else in the movie, just put the rapture at the end. Right? Because have planes been dropping out the sky? Has it been chaos of people trapped at airports? Huh? Has it? It's a plane that dropped down on a lady car on the highway. So it's planes dropping. It's people trapped in airports. Okay, you said all the cars. Okay, but hold on. But just hear me now. Cause remember, in the first leave the world behind. In Left Behind, remember the saints were raptured, and that's why the planes were crashing. That's why the cars was crashing. That's why people was trapped at the airport. Remember this now? Buck was trapped at the airport. He was an international reporter. Dude, remember this now. Remember how all of this is playing out. If you look back at the last year, you'll see something. The only thing is, well, I can't even say that people ain't disappearing, because a certain group is disappearing people. Come on. Come on. Think about it. People are disappearing, just not in the way that they told us they was going to be disappearing. Remember, the man was on the plane walking, the kids' clothes was gone, everybody's stuff was right. But people are disappearing right now, and they are being taken to a place where nobody can get to them. They can't really talk to them, some of them. Hello. So what they showed us is happening. It is. It is. It's just not in the way that they told us it was going to happen. But everything else in that movie is moving. Mm-hmm. You said leaflets fell in another country? So the fact that the people that are supposed to be getting everybody ready to meet Christ don't even know what time we in, that's terrifying. I keep on telling y'all. And this is why when you go and try to tell somebody to go get some rations or something in their house, this is why they don't believe it. Because you have people saying, unless the church is gone, you don't have to worry. That's terrifying. Because
I go down to take one of the what's it? It's happened, guys. Take a look at this.
I'll be right back.
A federal court quietly ruled that the government can force any medical intervention on you with no evidence.
Hold on. Do y'all remember I told y'all that on page 1001 of the Obamacare Act, under the medical device thing, is where they was saying that's how they was going to get the people chipped? Y'all remember this? And then I guess they took page 1001 out of the Obamacare Act, but somewhere in a picture somewhere, I'm sure I probably still have it. But do y'all remember me talking to y'all about this? Huh? Y'all remember it? Maybe y'all don't remember, but I'm sure it's in our videos. Here you go.
Or judicial review. Almost no one noticed. The Ninth Circuit said as long as officials say public health, courts shouldn't question them. But we just fought back. We just petitioned the Supreme Court to review this unprecedented ruling. This may become the most consequential Supreme Court case of the 21st century. This case is not just about the COVID crisis, said the HFDF president and founder Leslie Manookian. Okay, it's about the future of liberty in America. Nicole Shanahan called the Ninth Circuit's ruling terrifying. She's right. The Circuit Court's ruling threatens to make COVID-era tyranny the new normal. Now, I have the entire briefing about this, but let me play this. I actually have something
with Nicole Shanahan actually talking about it.
And by definition, can they even be called a vaccine if they don't stop the spread? Right?
Well, did you hear about what happened for Health Freedom Defense Fund last week? I don't know if you're aware of this.
No, I'm not too familiar with your organization. I've heard a little bit about it, but yeah, tell us, share.
So I mentioned that we had sued the Los Angeles.
Did it start over? I'm sorry, I had to run to the restroom. Did it start over or no? Is it still going? Because I don't want y'all to miss. Okay.
Unified School Districts in 2021. Well, we sued them twice in 2021 because first we sued them over mandating the shot when it was EUA, and then they basically duped the court into believing that they weren't going to issue a mandate because they had repealed their first one, rescinded it, and then so the court dismissed the case and said, look, there's nothing for us to adjudicate at this point. The case is no longer ripe. We're not going to deal with it. We're dismissing the case. 17 days later, LAUSD implemented a new mandate saying that employees could not test, and it fired, a couple of weeks later, 500 employees. It went on to fire or displace more than 1,000 in total. And it denied, it said, well, we accept your religious exemption or your medical exemption, but they refused to accommodate them. So they pushed them out. People were pushed out. No pensions. They lost their seniority. They lost everything. They were fired. They lost their jobs. I mean, it was really outrageous. So we filed another lawsuit in November.
What do y'all think about that? Does that sound like part of what's happening right now or no? Or am I tripping? Huh? I don't know how people ain't taking this serious. Especially people that are supposed to be getting people ready for the coming of the Lord. I don't understand. Okay. So then why do we have people that profess to be Christian talking against the things that the Bible is proving? Make it make sense to me. They are killing people in the streets, rounding people up. These are not even police. Y'all think it's about to get better? They do not care about nobody standing outside. Y'all know that, right? Who knows that they do not care about the protest? They do not care about you standing outside. But I do have a question. How many ICE agents is it and how many Americans is it? Is all I want to know. How many billionaires is it and how many Americans is it? Did you know that $21 billion in tax money is paid in every 21 billion times 30 is what? And I'm just throwing a number out there. Huh? Do y'all think that them people care about folks standing out there yelling in their face? Do y'all? I'm asking. Do y'all? And the fact that people keep going out there without no type of shields, protective gear, or nothing is wild. Because you can buy the same type of shields that they have. People is going out there with damn umbrellas. What the hell is an umbrella going to do? If you going to get on the front line, at least be able to protect the people. What your phone about to do? Go get some shields. You can get them on Amazon. Build them, make them. Stand there and protect the people. Like, baby, listen, I don't know if they didn't see that with the black people that the peaceful protest, and I ain't encouraging no craziness. I'm just saying, they do not care about y'all blocking the streets off. They don't care. They will shoot you in your face on live TV and call it a day and walk off. Nigga. Period. They didn't did it. Listen. And the pastor's just telling you, don't worry about nothing. Just, it's all right. We still here. So, you know, you ain't got nothing to worry about. And now the government said, nigga, we about to start rounding you niggas up. And you can't get no food stamps or no benefits, no housing, no nothing unless we got your biometric. That sound like buy or freaking sell to me, nigga. Because in a minute, you ain't going to be able to run your business if you don't have it. If they ain't already doing it. What are you talking about, sir, ma'am? The people that are not paying attention, that are telling these people because the church is still here, the church going to be here because you have to be persecuted the exact same way that Jesus did. You will have to give up your life for the same person that gave up his life for you. He said the same way that I was persecuted, you're going to be persecuted. The same way that they going to, everything they did to me is going to be done to you. But when it comes down to this group of Christians having to go through what the disciples went through, hiding, being ripped apart, being killed, being boiled, being dragged in front of the crowds. Yeah, they said, oh no, that's not us. We're not doing that. That's not the type of Christians we are. Interesting. So when it comes time for you to feel the lashes and go through the trouble, God just gonna wish y'all on out of here. That's scary. There's too much prophecy being fulfilled right now for y'all to still be asleep and misleading people. Special does not equal chosen. Listen, everything applies but the last part. I'm raise your hand if you ever lived in a time where military went door to door checking to see who in there is a citizen of America. You said in 2025 there were you said 21,000? Is that 21,000? Active, but as of 1-3, there was a 120% increase to 220,000. So that's 218,000. Okay, because I'm like, is that an extra zero on accident? Okay. Applications 12,000. To what? You said I've been having dreams about this since I was little. Oh, I believe it. I believe it. You said crazy times for sure. I'm just saying this. I be wanting to turn into like one of the old school, like slap a nigga with a sword type deal. For real.
If you tell me you've seen this before, you're fucking lying. You have never seen a headline from any news station ever that says, hello, your war has started. ever gotten the notification on your phone from Siri, from Alexa, from Bixby, from fucking anything that said, "Hello, today is the first start of your civil war. Begin."
Excuse the language, it's not mine, but you get what he's saying. How many times have we talked about you act like they gonna tell you? It's just gonna be. Well, they didn't tell you, and it's just being. ML is here. Do you see it? You said, I feel much more awake and prepared than I have ever been in my entire life. Sarah, y'all see ML is here? We're living it right now. We living it right now. We are living ML right now. We are watching ML happen on our TV screens right now. It's not when it happens. It already did. Just like the heifer, just like the two-part state, just like you gonna have to give your digital ID for food stamps, housing, and any other benefits that you want to try to get from the oh, okay. They keep talking about when it do, and I'm telling you it already did. You said we're so ready. Listen. They telling you when it do. God said, no. Look, baby, it's already happening. Look, daughter. Look, son. It's already happening. You said if Minnesota doesn't make you believe, listen. Y'all remember this?
And we also have a policy that if you're driving on one of those streets and a mob comes and surrounds your vehicle and threatens you, you have a right to flee for your safety. And so if you drive off and you hit one of these people, that's their fault for impinging on you. You don't have to sit there and just be a sitting duck and let the mob grab you out of your car and drag you through the streets. You have a right to defend yourself in Florida. And we...
Y'all remember when Ron DeSantis said that last year? Or earlier this year? About ICE? That they could defend themselves. You don't have to be run over, and you don't have to let them, the mob, snatch you out of the car, but the mob is supposed to let you snatch them out of theirs. And if they don't allow you, okay, because now they're the mob. Are you seeing it? Exactly what he said and told these certain people that they don't have to do is exactly what they're doing to the citizens. Interesting. Hello? Y'all heard it with your own mouth. I mean, with your own ears. Listen, you heard it from his mouth to your ears. So one other thing. Is this it?
I just found a critical report from Customs and Border Patrol that proves that Kristi Noem is not telling the truth, but more important...
No, that's not it. I'm sorry, y'all. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to see.
So we're now at the stage that the Vice President of the United States of
power to demand papers from people to prove their citizenship or to investigate fraud or whatever. Keep in mind, hang on just a second. The Constitution of the United States of America, Amendment 4, within the Bill of Rights. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. The Vice President of the United States of America is now threatening to the press and by extension the American public that federal agents are about to start going door to door and demanding to see papers. And I guess if you disobey the demands, they're going to arrest you. I guess without a warrant, a judicial warrant. Keep in mind that this piece of shit is a fucking...
Sorry, I didn't know he was about to drop them. I forgot that part. What do you think? How do you think the pastors are about to spin this? Anybody want to tell me? How they gonna spin that? Because we all know that this is Revelations right here. So not only are y'all causing people to have to get this digital ID in order to buy, to sell, to do anything, now people are going to be going, didn't it say some of you going to be taken prisoners, some of you are going to be killed by the sword, and some of you are going to have to take a few flights in the nighttime to the hills and hopefully you make it. But to those of you that have faith and you endure to the end, it's going to be some stuff for you at the end. Ain't that what it said? Rough, I'm paraphrasing, but is this not what we read? He was going to cause all, small and great, rich or poor, to... Well, you got to have some military force in order to cause all to do something, don't you? And what do we see in every single country around the world? He said, I heard one preacher say 2026 is going to be your best year, yet I guarantee. I've been hearing a lot of them say that. I'm not going to lie to you. And what I mean by that, if it's ugly coming, guess what CERCA gonna tell you? Guess what I'm gonna tell you? If it's ugliness coming, I'm going to tell you it's ugliness coming. I'm not going to tell you no lies about everything is about to be okay so that you can start keep tricking your money off on my church, on my organization. That is not going to help your soul. That is not going to help your family. And that is not going to help me get into Christ, because I got a whole bunch of people that agree with what I say, but I didn't prepare them for what was going on because I was too busy trying to tell somebody what wasn't instead of saying what was. Period. Promising prosperity to fools. Listen, they always teaching prosperity, never reality. This. Every year is supposed to be your best year. Okay. Listen, you said they may only say the basics but not go into detail. What's a basic? Because they confusing people with the word. This is why we get so much pushback when we telling people, hey, you probably need to get some. I don't need to do that because the church is still here, so I don't have to worry. You can worry about that. Where's all them people about to be? Sow a seed so you can receive your blessings. Listen, I still believe in sowing a seed, but not in the way that because you all have sowed seed in other people's lives and you saw a blessing from it. Do you understand? Y'all sowed plenty of seeds into people's lives and y'all have saw a blessing, but not in the way they be talking about. Why you need so much? Most times you only need a little bit. You only need it. I hope your blood pressure goes down. Don't have your blood pressure up high. Okay? Because in order to get a fruit tree, you have to sow a seed. So I get that. I get it. But not to where your folks ain't got what they need. They struggling. Oh, a sin offering. Got it. Okay, I was about to say, because wait a minute now. We sow seeds into people's life, and God has blessed us over here. You said they're going to be lined up, taking the mark right behind their pastor. I'm just trying to understand. How can you not see it? And people are losing their jobs, and people are saying, we don't have no food. We don't know what we're going to do. And the pastors are like, oh, no. The church is still here, so you don't have to worry. Oh, that part. Can I ask you a question? Did y'all see that they said that whatever it is that they are spraying, because we know that they do this around protests and stuff like that, right? Something that they're spraying at these protests has something in it or something like that. Are y'all seeing that? Not just the orange spray, but I guess the gas or something like that is loaded with some other stuff, I'm guessing. So there are chemists on the internet showing people how to like remove stuff from their eyes, get stuff off their clothes, all kinds of stuff. You say, yet that church called the police on that homeless lady parked in their lot. You said a mysterious fog always blow through to this part. This is what I'm saying. They're doing something. And like y'all said, it's a lot of sicknesses showing back up. Somebody came here and said, we was talking about what sickness is. It's more of them. The flesh-eating worm, they said, that made it from Mexico, and it's been on its way up here. Well, guess what? It made it to Texas. And not only does the flesh-eating worm get into cows and animals, if you have an open womb, it gets into people. You said, just like in the Left Behind series. Been foggy for the past week. They were spraying a green fog. Come on now. And now the super flu. And we got some flesh-eating worms that then burrow in something. It's then showed up somewhere in Texas. In the cows or something. So it don't just burrow into open wounds to animals. It burrows into open wounds to people. And ain't they talking about going into? I guess they talking about that we supposed to be going into Mexico. Y'all seen that? Like for real, for real. I guess he said something today about, or yesterday, that they really about to start doing the same thing they did in Venezuela. Y'all seen it? That part. Did y'all see it? I guess he's literally talking about launching some missiles into Mexico. Like for real, for real. You said, yeah, Colombia said, bring it on. They not folding. You said, my friend just received a call from his child pediatrician today warning of special procedures now in place due to the cases of the measles coming up. That was the other thing. Not that, but thank you. I knew it was something else I wanted to show y'all. Thank you for the measles thing. So, thank you. I'm like, which one was it? It's this. Thank you. So there is more. You said measles. But remember that lady said put your mask on.
I can't believe we have.
No. I literally just watched it. Oh, here we go.
Well, this is concerning and should put everybody on alert because the U.S. Postal Service has not issued a letter like this since COVID. So the letter basically says that all Postal Service employees should carry their essentials letter and their ID to bypass any travel restrictions. So, what's coming since COVID? So the letter basically says that all Postal Service employees should carry their essentials letter and their ID to bypass any travel restrictions. So, what's coming? Here's the letter. Take a look.
Uh-oh. You said my job started universal masking mandates now for patient-facing roles too. Interesting. You said like in Casablanca, the letters of trans. So you might not be able to travel outside of your neighborhood. You're going to have to prove that you're a citizen. There's going to be people in army gear knocking on every door. And I mean, I don't know what else. I'll be right back. Y'all got to use the restroom again. I need to drink it all this time. I want to make me some coffee too. I just want y'all to take that all in, please. A little bit. A lot of it. I don't know. All of this in the first 14 days of 2026. thank y'all for bearing with me. I am a little off these days, but you know, it's okay. I got a lot going on. Ugh. I got a whole lot going on right now. So yeah, it's a lot going on in the world, and I am just trying to wade through the water in a way that doesn't like send me into any type of dangerous waters. Does that make sense? Because it's a number. It is. Yeah, a whole lot. And I wasn't gonna come on here today, and I was like, I can't do them like that. I gotta get my life together. But it's real, just a little different. I'm weathering through my storm, and I'm trying to, still be on whatever. But it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on, honey. And just try to find normals in the middle of all of the things that are happening. You gotta just. So, listen. So I love y'all, and I want us to keep our eyes keen and our ears open. And if God allows you to hear conversations, take note. You hear me? Take note. Because it could be for everybody else. Don't just be walking through life right now willy-nilly. We are listen, you don't feel like we living in a different time? Huh? Do you? For real. Everybody keeps telling everybody not to pay it. Do you remember when everybody kept telling us that we was overreacting when we was telling them stuff? And now everybody is like, we need to get up and do something. You need to be stocking up on it. What in the world? Why do y'all only move when it happens? Listen, can you? Feels like watching a movie and you screaming at the people, but they can't hear you. Keish. They are canceling people's passports, y'all. Travel restrictions. Now they're telling the post office people that they gonna have to carry their papers. Do y'all remember what freed slaves had to carry to not be unalived? Anybody know? You do? What did they have to carry? Huh? Papers. It was a specific paper, though. It was a license to walk around. To be able to go to the store. To be able to not be unalived if somebody of the horse persuasion walked up on you. What are they asking for now? Who your master was. Interesting. I wouldn't even speak that. I wouldn't say that because the people in the mark line are going to be turning us in. So I definitely would be praying that God change her heart, because I just told y'all, they went knocking on this lady door, honey, and went to all her neighbors. And One neighbor gave all the information they need, how many people lived in the house, how old the man was, and said, I think they're illegals. You do realize that the illegals will be the people that do not take the global identification. Those will be you will be the illegal. They will be. Who remembers I said we gonna be hunted, and now what are people saying? We're being hunted. How often did y'all hear me say that? That we're gonna be hunted. You're gonna be hunted. You're gonna be hunted. You're gonna be hunted. And people was like, oh no, da 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 da. And now they're saying the American people are being hunted. No, well, we've been talking about it. Let me go get my coffee. I literally use those words, and those are literally the words that people are using right now. Americans are being hunted. And if you look at what happened to that lady, it's true. It's true. And y'all, this is not an I told you so type of moment. So I don't want y'all to think that I'm sitting here saying, I said. That's not what I'm meaning by this. And never and lawless, that's what I've been hearing. Oh, you've been hearing this has never happened before and this is lawlessness? You said facts? Yep. Often. Been saying it for years, many times. Makes me think of the factionless, like in the Divergent series, the ones not a part of the society. Exactly. I had a dream where God was telling me to get to my daughter and my grandson ASAP. Interesting. Guess what? My daughter just had a dream that the triple people, the K's, was chasing her. Then my cousin told me she had a dream. They had this dream on the same night. Mind you, it's not a, they're like, they don't talk to each other all the time. She had a dream that she was coming to pick me up and we was going on a road trip. My daughter says that her and her sisters and somebody else was in the car and they was running and trying to get away from the peoples. Now, they both had these dreams on the day that old girl lost her life, that she was unalived. Both of them. Tell me that's not crazy. And what was that lady trying to do? Get away from the triple people. You said that was earlier today. I was hearing in my ear, you need to get out of Ohio. Listen, yes, Rika, yes, yep. So God said at the last days He was gonna be giving people dreams and visions of what was to come, and people are not listening. And like I said, and if they come from me, it is what it is. I'm very upset with these pastors that's still preaching this prosperity gospel with all that is going on. And I have been showing my disdain for that for over 4 years. Because way before y'all, I was bopping them in the head back then too. That's why they didn't mess with me. I don't care. You got people's souls on the line. You got parents that are gonna, like, think about how many young mothers are in these mega churches. Young people. They don't have gas masks. We see with the protesters, you're going to need them. Now these people talking about going door to door. What if it's not safe to leave your house? How they going to get food? What if they won't allow a woman to get medical care? You think they care about stomping your food to the ground knowing you and your kids ain't had no food in 2 months? We saw what they was doing to the people in Palestine. When them people would be trying to run and they was playing like it was a game of Frogger, shooting at these people that ain't had no food, that's wasted away, and they trying to carry a bag of rice for miles and miles and miles, and they were shooting at them. What y'all think about to come over here? Like in Hunger Games. Come on. I mean, I'm just saying. It's not going to be that easy to get food. You might not be even able to be let out of your neighborhood. Are they not setting up blockades, ice blockades? They've been doing it in Cali since the fires. Am I wrong? They did it in Tennessee. Wherever the fires was. Oh, okay. Did they care that people wanted to get back to their house? No. Did they care that the people didn't have nothing? No. Did they care that the people was trying to just go and get the last or whatever? No. Did they care that they babies? No. And will hurt you if you get any closer to them. I'm trying to figure out when the leaders are going to start telling people the truth. Because there's a lot of young people in the church. A lot of young families. What was it like 2 months ago? No, they was there last year. When the fires was happening in Cali? What shut down? No, we talking about when the fires was there. They might have did it again, but no, it was last year. And I'm talking about early last year or the year before. You said for food. Okay, I don't know. You're going to have to be more specific. I'm talking about last year. Or was it 24? It was either 24 or 25. In Tennessee, they was doing the same thing. North Carolina, they was doing the same thing. You said a man wasn't even able to use his own helicopter to rescue people in the Tennessee floods. Come on. This is what I'm talking about. I pray for your peace and strength because you really care about this, the souls of all. Sis, I would want somebody to care. I would want somebody to tell me the truth. If I knew all of this crazy stuff was coming and you sat on that fertilizer and didn't tell me, let me blow my money on stupid stuff, let me and my babies ball out, and you knew this was coming, baby, I'm going to be at your house. I'm going to be at your house. And see, that's how you didn't think it was important for you to tell me what was coming. I didn't feel like it was important for me to tell you I was coming over here, honey. We're moving in. Hello. since it wasn't a big deal and you kept telling me I didn't have to worry about nothing because the church was here? I don't have to worry until the church is taken out. Are you crazy? Nah, nigga, we moving up in here with you. You said even if you have a private jet, you can't use it. I'm just... What I want to know is, what more do you need? If in 6 months we are in a complete military state, what happens then? How does your life change? Most of us ain't never really lived where the military is controlling a city. It's different. What we've seen over there in Israel, what we've seen in different countries in Africa, where you just got people riding through the neighborhood on tanks. How many of y'all seen that? Other countries, the Spanish countries, where they got the military is they police. Now, we got some military people in here, but regular folks that ain't never been to the military, you had to live like that? Not what you see, what you have to live, what you have to live, what you have to live. You did? So we got some folks. Are y'all from other countries? Y'all lived in another country. Because in America, baby, ain't been no tanks coming through the hood. You got to worry about if a soldier want to play leapfrog with you. Not leapfrog, but frog, or where you run it. Now, we didn't have to play Frogger from the niggas in the hood, but it's rules to that. They don't have none. My friend from Bosnia telling me about it yesterday. Listen, it's a real thing. I'm trying to tell you. You can sit here and act like you don't see it. You can listen to these lying leaders that's not telling you the truth. Hurricane Katrina was the closest to that. Come on. Well, that's a disaster zone. So, yeah. I mean, just think about it. In 6 months, y'all, it can be like that. I don't even know if we got 6 months before this. He talking about going door to door. That means that it's going to be military. Do y'all remember the drills we was talking about? Folks should start doing if they got family members and men in their family. Who remembers the drills we was talking about? While you can move around, you need to be trying to do some drills if you got males in your family and females too. Do you remember this? Because now we're not going to be able to move around so freely. Y'all get that, right? Y'all understand what is happening now. ICE and different military is in the cities. They are suspending people's passports. And even if you do got a passport and you try to go to another country, because of who our leadership is, you are not being let in and you are being turned around at the consulate or whatever. A lot of people was talking about closing the American consulates in their country. So if they was to do something to you, you can't even run to the consulate and get no help. Are you paying attention? Huh? Because the consulate is where you go if you didn't got into a situation. If you can get to the consulate, they'll let you in and they help you out and try to get you back to your country. But if they're closing the American consulates there, hello, what happens then? The embassies, the consulate, okay. So you stuck in another country Ain't no American leadership there to try to help you or nothing. I mean, I'm just trying to figure out. Cause why is other countries they're turning us around at the door? Cause they know what's up. So think about the people that have sold everything that they owned in America and moved abroad, and now they might not even be able to live there. And this person might have them like they committed treason or something like that, and not even let them back in the country and make them have to go right into some type. We don't know what they about to do. They're taking people's phones. They took this lady, they put up on this lady after seeing in Cali or something. They took her wallet out the car at gunpoint and then got back in their car. Do you hear me? It was a woman. They was following her, tried to get in front of her, whatever. She got out of her car. They opened her car doors. She had a Mustang. Opened that girl's car doors up, reached in her purse and got her wallet and closed the door. And would not give her wallet back. Do y'all remember what they was making the Jews do? Before they went to take a bath? Y'all remember? They said, get all your valuables and take them, and we gonna put. You said my ex-husband is worried because I told him what's been going on since he left the States. He's hoping he's able to come back without problems. Listen, they had them people grab all their diamonds and fur coats and rare jewels, and right before they went and gave them a bubble bath, they was dumping gold jewelry, diamonds, rubies, fur coats, expensive heirlooms, because that's the stuff people grab, not food. Not seeds. They grab their jewelry, their fur coats, their earrings, and the Germans got all that. When they left with their suitcases, they took all the valuables. They didn't take no applesauce or nothing. Hello. And on their way to their unaliving, they was just piling it up. What do you think they're doing now? My husband visited that campsite. He said it's really sad that the rivers have what? The recent camps or the old ones? It's still there, the old ones. Wow. In Germany? He went and saw them? Crazy. My mom visited the old bakery place. She said you still smell folks. Maybe that's why the stench in hell is going to be so bad. You think that's why the stench in hell is going to be so bad? For the people that didn't care about the... Think about that, y'all. Oh, like, remember the people that unalived and all of that kind of stuff? Like, if they don't get forgiven for that, they're going to be in bodily fluids and all of this kind of stuff, right? Right? They're going to be swimming in the same fluids that they cause people to release. He said maybe for every person they deleted, the smell will be amplified. Listen. One more video real quick.
This is it, guys. This is the tipping point. I'm a Marine Corps veteran, and I'm going to tell you how to prepare for the impending civil and world war. And I know that that sounds scary, and I'm not trying to fearmonger here, but please stay with me. Today, J.D. Vance went on record and publicly declared that that ICE officer who shot Renee Good has absolute immunity before an investigation is even complete, and they have all of the facts. So you know what else that means? That means he thinks he has immunity, and Trump has immunity. He just gave every member of ICE permission to unalive Americans. Let me repeat that. Our Vice President of the goddamn United States gave total immunity to ICE, to off Americans. Don't get it twisted.
Did we talk about it? Did we? That's not the video I'm looking for, but it's leading into what this other lady said. And she is a white woman, so I figure I'll put her up there because folks might listen to her, I think. Is this it? No, that's not it. I promise the videos that It's so crazy that the videos that like we really need to hear, it seems like they are able to hide those videos very well. And the ones that you really don't care about be the ones that be popping up. Because there was a lady on here, and she was in her car, and she said, I am ex, what, maybe this is it, is this it? Oh no, that's not it. Well, anyway, I don't know. I'm gonna try to find it and see if I can do it. But she was like, if you don't got one of them things, you need to go ahead and get one. She said, I've been in combat before, this, that, and the other. And she was like, this is not a time to not be able to protect yourself. And I cannot find her video, so they might have taken it down. Well, this is so crazy. Never mind. That's crazy how I will like and share. Right. I will like and share. I love you too, Mr. Hardy. I will like and share it, and they still are able to take it. You said, one of my sister-in-laws told me she would never forgive the person that harmed some family members. She left the world without forgiveness. What you talking about, Auntie? You said maybe for every person. You said now that you put it like that. If the horse is bridle, yeah, it's about to be going. Now you see. It's playing out exactly how it did right before the flood. Remember when we read in Enoch and the other books, it said that God let people start unaliving each other just randomly. My son told me in the last 3 days in Arizona where he was at, it was 10 murders. A couple people got ran over by a car. A lady shot a little boy. Somebody shot 2 people. We just talked about it this morning. The murder rate is skyrocketing because people's nerves are on edge. They're tired of being irritated every day. They're tired of already being frustrated every day. Then you got all of this stuff going on. When you try to calm down, the internet used to be a place where you could go and laugh and forget about the world. Now you cannot forget about the world because you can't really laugh on the internet anymore. You can't really. Can you? It's hard to find a good laugh on the internet right now. Almost impossible. You can find a few, but you can't really oh yeah, literally yeah. You said dropping seeds on unforgiveness on a split screen. It was for someone else. Oh, okay. Same here in Louisiana, out of nowhere. Well, I don't think it's out of nowhere. I really do think we are getting ready to see a completely different time than we've ever seen. I mean, it ain't no. God said it was here, and it's I don't know. I really wish I could find that video though, but I told y'all sometimes if I like it on my iPad, it won't let me see it, even though it's the same account. It won't let me see it on on the other device. I have to do one or the other. You said it's always something that will remind you how crazy times are. That's why I don't be online like that anymore. Yeah, I get it, but I also need to know. We need to know what's going on, though. That's the thing. I mean, it's technically confirmation for us, but it still gives us a timeline as things are happening. What we need to look for, look to see what's going on. I really wish I could find out Letty's video, and I know that I saved it. And when I say it is not in here, that's nuts. It makes no sense. You said I'm tapped in and staying aware, but I don't want to consume too much media, right? He said I just came back from a sabbatical and no phone, no internet. It was very much needed, right? Right. I get it, y'all. But you got to think, in a minute, we're not going to have access to it. And even if we do, it's going to be state media. So you won't get none of the truth of what's really going on. You see what I mean? So why the information? I'm not saying overload yourself on the internet, because y'all know I've been getting off too. That's why I didn't get on here earlier. But also, just make sure you're still aware of what's happening. It blows my mind how many people I talk to, and if you say, did you see what happened? They say, oh no, I didn't know. Well, did you see that the president said, oh no, I didn't know? Well, did you see what the J.D. Vance said? No, I didn't see it. So then I'm just wondering, is you really out here trying to save souls or not? Because how can you not know what's going on, but you're saying that you're going to be, God has chose you to lead or what? I don't know. I really don't. I'm still trying to figure that part out. I really am. Because it's too many churches on these blocks for people to be panicking. Or am I tripping? There should not be all these people panicking, because we should already know what's happening. No? All the Christians in the world, so-called, why is everybody freaking out? Why are they acting surprised? Why are they complaining, right? About all the same stuff that God told us was going to happen. The food shortage, the sickness, the medical care. Did he not tell us all of this stuff was going to happen? A lot of people were going to die from sickness. Well, if you ain't got no medical insurance, that's an easy way for that to happen. People was going to die of starvation. Oh, can see that. War. Right? All of these things are being fulfilled. Like, it ain't one thing that he said that it's not coming to pass. So, I don't know. I still don't understand. I really don't. And I'm going to keep saying that, because we are in perilous times. We are in downright perilous times and lawless times. The son of perdition has already technically come out. We just ain't seen him on the world scale yet, or the world stage yet. But everything is here. Everything. It's my opinion. I don't know. I think they're about to start doing us like they do to other countries, where they cut the internet and can't nobody like use it. Y'all remember we was seeing that, and I guess people was having to get on their VPNs in like Russia and places like, not Russia. It was Russia, Ukraine, Where else did they do that? They cut the, was it Vietnam or somewhere over there? One of them Asian countries. The people was trying to tell us what was going on. This didn't happen a couple of times in the last couple of years since we've been here. Remember? And they was like, they cut the internet and wasn't letting people, and somehow people was getting, I don't know how they was getting another access to satellite or something. You remember? Y'all remember this? I know that they was doing it in the Ukraine, in certain areas in the Ukraine. They was like stopping the internet, and they was doing it in Russia. They was doing it in a few places back in like early 22, 23. When they didn't want whoever knowing what was going on in the countries, they just shut the internet down, and people couldn't really. Only the people that I guess was techies or something. I don't really know. But they was. You said the Cuban has the night light off. Interesting. You said they did it last year during that festival. Interesting. Okay. So, information is going to be limited. You said been doing it. We should have watched their videos. I saw somebody talking about some kind of internet box today. Because something with the AI and what they doing. Hey. What y'all got? It's a lot of stuff I want to say, but I'm not gonna do it right now. I'm just gonna leave it. I just need people to wake up though. I really do. So I don't know. It's like I'm almost like, I don't want to say tired of saying it, because I'm not tired of saying it, but I feel like by the middle of this year, like our life is gonna be way different, or at least the infrastructure of our daily lives is gonna change. I feel like drastically, like how we're just able to just, kind of determine what we're gonna do for the day, and how that's gonna be mapped out. I don't think we're gonna have that ability to do that. Believe, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I'm talking to deaf ears every day. Not to y'all, but to other people. Yeah. I mean, think about it. The infrastructure of our country has changed. The things that are happening are not. It's like it's being broken down. The system completely. And we know that it is, because that's what the devil needs in order to have the one world government. Because why is it that all the governments are in an uproar? It's the people against the leadership. Well, this is how he's going to come in and bring the false peace and, excuse me, all this other stuff. So I don't know, y'all. I honestly don't. I just want everybody to be okay. That's my thing. I really do. And I know I keep showing y'all these videos because we had the classes about it. I want everybody to be okay. You said the shofar is blown. Be ready for the trumpets to blow. This. Yep, I forgot they did do that too. So, You said coming as a false savior with the chaos he created. Daughter, do you hear me? Because it seems like everything that... This don't feel like the omen to you? Huh? It don't feel like a nigga named Damien is running around the Isra right now? Because it sure feel like it to me. This feel like the omen 1, 2, 3, 17, whatever number it go up to, all of them. He said like a rug being pulled from under them or an animal being lifted to survive in the desert. With sinkholes everywhere, that part. Do, T of Yah, and Omega Code 1 and 2. Yes. 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 You said heaven must be looking at humanity crazy, making our biggest op our savior. And all he got to do is blink his eye for real, and we'll just not exist. Hello. All I know is this. I'm going to keep saying it. I'm happy God warned us. And it boils my blood that these leaders are not telling nobody. They not even telling them to watch movies, y'all. Nothing. That bothers me. And I don't know if it's... I don't know. But it bothers my soul. Like how you got these babies. You praising the Lord with people every Saturday knowing that you're going to help them starve to death. Knowing you're going to help them give their soul up for a digital imprint so that they can only eat for a very short while. And then they're going to do that because they don't want to die. And then they're not going to be able to die. Because people going to get it for their babies too. You realize your kid going to have to get it too. If you get it, your kid going to have to get it in order to get the benefits. That's why they saying they need biometrics for everybody in the house. So people are getting ready to sell their birthright and sell what God is, the opportunity God gave them, just to be able to eat for maybe 6 months to a year. And then they're going to be in so much pain they ain't even going to be able to eat. Like, and that was worth what? A jet that you can't even fly? You said thank you for helping us how to prepare, open our... I'm just happy God talked to all of us. You said they don't want people to start studying for themselves, so they won't tell them. Y'all, I'm not trying to pick. But the black bald head pastor, can you just type in, we are not in the tribulation on TikTok or whatever words come up, and type that man name up. I played a little bit of the video, but I guess it was from last year sometime. Please listen. Please. Tomorrow's your birthday. Happy birthday, Isabel. Aw, happy birthday, Pumpkin. I hope you have a good day. Y'all going to go get some food tomorrow? Look at me. Y'all gonna go eat. Because y'all have a good time. I'll be looking. Y'all gets out and goes and do some things around there. Mm-hmm. Y'all do. Y'all gonna go get what you gonna eat for your birthday. Look at me. What you gonna eat? Because I know you gonna eat something. Everybody say happy birthday, Isabel. Everybody say happy birthday. But back to the food. Is y'all gonna go get some food tomorrow? Look at me, brother. Go get some food. Now, you got to have food on your birthday. You got to. Something. A good big burrito or something. Something. Everybody say happy birthday, Punky. Listen, you need some kind of vittles. Some tres leches, something. Something. Everybody say happy birthday, Pumpkin. It's a lot of food. Okay, good. Okay, good. I was just making sure, because Birthday, you gotta eat. Now, the rest of the year, okay. But on your birthday, you should be able to eat what everybody say happy, as you said, wonderful born day. This. You should be able to eat whatever you want on your birthday. Huh? Did I say who had a dude? Hmm? I was saying the preacher that has the bald head, he type in like not in the tribulation or something like that, and his video will come up. And I just want y'all to watch it real quick and tell me what you think. Can y'all? Y'all know the pot? He always got like black on and got a bald head. We ain't gonna say his name, but y'all know who I'm talking about. But he does have a video on YouTube, and I mean not YouTube, TikTok, and I just want y'all to type in "We are not in a tribulation," and then Jay, we know and we don't say. That's practice in every area. I love y'all. Interesting. It's all right. I need y'all to just go watch it real quick. I don't want y'all to judge him or nothing. I just want to know what y'all think about it. Okay? And I'm being honest. Because if this is being spewed to the masses, what's going on with the minds of the people? Do you hear me? That's why I'm asking y'all. I'm not saying like, oh, they need to be whatever. I want to know what y'all think. Because you all, to me, are well studied now. Not saying you wasn't before you got here, but we see a little different over here. I want to know what y'all think. If you were going to sit under that message, what is it that you... I want to know what y'all think, for real. I'll be right back. And yes, my stomach is a little upset because I ate some nacho cheese. And so just give me a second. Please. But while y'all do that, just... I think it's like 2 minutes or 1 minute. We in 2026 and we got the military marching through our streets, people getting shot down, and all of this. Truth unedited exposed who he practiced up under, and he basically got his credentials from those false people. Okay. Cause baby, it sure sound like you pushing the narrative that would be on Thief in the Night, don't it? Do that not seem like a Thief in the Night situation to you? Or, because I thought I was tripping. That's why I said I just want y'all to go see. You can see him lining the people up saying it's not what he's already saying. It is not that. I stopped listening to him when he said JC was not a person of color and the Bible is not about us. Right. Yep. I was right. I just skipped right past this stuff. But so what do y'all think the mind of the church is? Because he's real big right now. So do you understand why they won't listen to us? If the mainstream leaders are not saying anything, how's the message supposed to get to the masses? That's when I stopped. I was like, oh, that's what you're on. That part. You said, like he clearly didn't read the Bible. Girl! And then gonna have the nerve to say, don't listen to the people on the internet telling. I said, but I told y'all what I be telling y'all. And people be thinking I be crazy. It's like everybody run to him because he listen. Nobody on this earth is perfect. But as a leader, Moses, Abraham, David, and God knows who else, Joshua, and whoever else God used, they had a responsibility to protect God's people, to warn them about what God was saying, not what man was saying. Yes or no? Huh? That's their job. To prepare the people for the enemy coming, to get the people ready to move on a moment's notice. This is their job. To move the masses. But to move the masses towards Christ, not towards man's agenda. Do you think that they are preparing people to lose their life for Christ? Saying what he said in that video, he is telling these people, you are not going to have to suffer for Christ. We're not even going to be here. And like I said, I used to be a 66er too. But sir, you got all these people. Do you realize you're going to be responsible for all of these kids? Their souls, if their parents take the mark to feed them because you did not tell them, those souls are on your they on your hands. Every soul that you told, we are not in a tribulation, you do not have to worry about that. Yeah. I'm always hesitant when I start seeing them get huge followings because Jesus said the path is narrow and very few find it. not popularity, not what everybody else was talking about. Huh? He said we all going. He said and contradicted himself in the same sentence, but those who have ears would. Hello? It's heartbreaking to know that you would rather have all of these humans agreeing with you than God. You would rather tell the masses what they want to hear instead of what they need to hear. I don't want nobody pacifying me, because you telling me what I want to hear is not going to help me when the trouble comes, right or wrong. My mind will not be strong enough. I will have not trained my spirit to be calm in times of chaos if I think that everything is sparkles and rainbows and cotton candy. He is literally telling these people they're not going to have to die for Christ. I just don't understand. And you got all these people's souls in your hand, and it's not just him. Y'all, what if by June you can't go into the grocery store without this ID? They are stopping people's passports. They are revoking them. What? They are unaliving people in the middle of the street with full immunity. I don't understand. Now they are saying they are going to go door to door. They are going to be looking for anybody that opposes what these people are doing. You do get that. Say something wrong on the internet, they can be at your door. That part, Jay. I'm saying, what's gonna happen? We don't know where we're gonna be at the end of this year. They don't fear God, girl. And now you don't. Now you see why I don't care about using this. You know what kind of situation I be feeling like I be in sometimes? You remember back in the old days, your mama used to say, you better, like, if your bully keep running you home, you better whoop them or you was going to have to fight her. That's how I be feeling. Hey? That's how I be feeling. Because a lot of these reverends don't even realize that's the situation they in right now. You either be scared of the people or you be scared of me. Which one is it going to be? Criminal mind except over, oh gosh, that part. You said, yep, my mama used to do that. Okay. That's about where the leaders are supposed. That's the thin line they supposed to be in. You gonna be scared of the people, or you gonna be scared of me? Who you want to be mad at you? Well, I love y'all, but I don't want to fall. Listen, I do not want God to be mad at me for only all I had to do was say the truth, and it's so scary You said mess around and be like Moses and missed out on the promised land, or like King Saul. And he's going to require the blood at your hands. That's the scary part. I believe that they're not preaching this in church because they are afraid that the people are going to leave. That's just my interpretation of what I'm seeing. It's the truth. But God said a lot of their hearts is going to be far from him anyway. And like my baby said, it's only a few people on this road. Are you starting to feel that? Because it's a lot of people in church, but it's not a lot of people on the narrow road. It's not a lot of people that'll walk away from systematic religion or corporate religion to actually find a real relationship with God and to take your time and to learn and to see what God got to say. They just want to be counted in a number, and the number that they want to be counted in is not God's number, is the number of the organization. I go to one of the largest mega churches, and my bishop then preached over here and there and everywhere else. That's not the number he was talking about. Being counted in church does not mean that you are counted in the heavenly roll call. You said a lot of these pastors want to be like idols where people listen and follow what they say and do, but not listen to Dad. This part. Yeah, it's lonely. How many friends do you have that believe what you believe? And I'm talking about outside of here. I've always felt that my mindset based on deep, yet no knowledge of God was a rarity. Interesting. It's definitely lonely. It is. You said none. You did not have to capitalize in these. You could have put none in lowercase letters. Hetty. None. Real loud. That's why Deacon K loud like that. Listen, that's why he be telling you. She said none in capital letters. 0. 1. 1 literally. None. Interesting. None, LeBron. And I've tried to tell them to get their stuff time and time again. Listen, none. Everybody say it's a vibe killer. Oh, I know about that part. He said hardly any. They agree with parts of what I try to tell them. Mostly look at me like I'm crazy. Interesting. A couple. So you got one. We got a few people that got one. Some people got a couple. A couple is 2. A few is 3. So we're going to say 2. And then most people have 0. Interesting. You said 1.5 I'm working on. Not 1.5. You said they laughed at me and put me on Snapchat when I showed them what I got. No way! Y'all heard that? Our nephew said that they laughed at him and put him on Snapchat when he told them what he had. Do you think they're going to be laughing in a minute, nephew? No, they're not. He said it was the being okay with it, being me. He said, and God others found issues with. Got it. He said, I got 1, and that's questionable. You said 1. 1 friend, 0 believe. Oh, okay. Now y'all see I was real happy to meet y'all. I get it. Y'all see why I was real happy to meet y'all? Finally, my peoples. I'm like, okay, it's some people that really want to see. Because a lot of people don't. They would rather live in their bliss of, as long as my pastor's not talking about it or whatever it is, I don't have to address it until it comes to my yard. I remember telling my mom, a friend invited me to church. She just said, just because they invite you to church, that doesn't mean that they're of the church, because the church is a hospital. That part. You said just a few, 3 or 4, could be 4, depending on the topic. Only recently Though since we've been doing Bible studies, he said not all of us was on board at first, but laugh out loud. But we are now. I know. I know. Y'all used to act just like them people coming in here critiquing me. I didn't give a. I know people came over here as spies. A lot of y'all, some of y'all family members or friends sent y'all over here like, go see what this lady talking about. Do you think she talking about the truth? I didn't care if y'all thought I was or not. He said, I'm so glad I met y'all. I was so lonely. This part. I know some of y'all came over here because the church folks sent y'all over here to see. It's okay. It's been happening. You said yes, you never cared, but you been ready. Listen, and didn't. And yes. And I don't even have everything I need just down to the, because my land still ain't here. Hello. But I listen, if it come down to me having to barricade myself in her, as long as I can get access to some water that I can purify, I'll be okay. I don't know for how long, but it definitely ain't gonna be no, you know what I'm saying? Because, honey, I can live off very little food, right? And I've had to stretch water, so I know how to do that. Because we might not be able, it might not be safe outside, and not because of the people, but because of the fake military. You said I found you on my own. The issue for me was unlearning what I knew to learn the truth. It was rough at first. Girl, me too. It was hard for me at first too. And then get this, I had to learn it by myself. So there was nobody to, like, when I would try to bounce it off the church people, they, lightweight was, like, I told y'all, they was telling people I was in a reprobate mind. Everything that I told y'all since y'all known me, I told them. And everybody told me that I needed to stop reading and I needed to get back to what I knew. And I said, I know that God is leading me this way. And I can't go back to not knowing. I can't go back to closed eyes and just following blindly. Like, I need to see, I need to understand. I don't want to be lost. I don't want to, be in a situation. I need to know. And I think that that's one of the things that he does, is pulls us out of the masses. I mean, think about it. Out of all them people around him, Jesus only chose 12 people. It used to be thousands of people around him. Hundreds of thousands. Maybe we don't know because we know they play with the numbers. What if it was hundreds of thousands of people around him? In, 20,000 here, 30,000 there, 5,000 here. We don't know. They play with the numbers. He said, I believed you from your first video, especially when you told us, don't believe, if you don't believe you, go and look for yourself. That's when I knew it wasn't true. Still telling people, go look for yourself then. Don't take my word for it. Like the Reading Rainbow man. Hello. Don't take my word for it. Go find it for yourself. You said, and he extended the offer to everyone, but only 12 accepted him. Here we go. Hello. Hello. Out of all them people, out of all of them, and then even the ones in the 12, he didn't handle everybody the same. Some folks he told them some stuff to, some folks he told other stuff, and some folks was maybe just there for the ride. I don't know. I honestly don't know, but I'll tell you this. We are down to the wire. We down to the wire. And I believe the brutality that we saw the other day, we're about to see a lot more of it. Because people are already saying, if they come in door to door, yeah, don't try to kick my door down or bust my door down or nothing like that. Don't do that. Don't do it. If I can't go to sleep, I might get back on here. I don't really know. We'll probably have regular class tomorrow, y'all. Give me a minute. I'm, still dealing with my own little situation. So I love y'all, and I'll probably get with y'all hopefully tomorrow morning, and we can maybe we're gonna do something like trivia. Are y'all okay with that? Y'all want to do some trivia tomorrow? That's easy. That's light. It ain't crazy. Trivia. And if I can't go to sleep, we might do trivia tonight if y'all still up. So if I don't end up going to sleep after I get off the phone with my daughter, because she just called me, then if I get back on tonight, we might do it tonight. If I don't get back on tonight, we'll do it in the morning. And just do something light. It always leads us to a good study anyway, but we'll just do something that's not so heavy because it's a lot going on. A ton. You said, I'll just be listening. I've started the courses for my master's degree. Congratulations. So I have homework. Congratulations, Pumpkin. Our niece started her master's program. And is... Because we is the smartest class on the internet. I'm trying to tell you. You forever taking dual and triple classes, girl. I don't know how you done did it. You done got this with your second or third degree since you've been here. Plus, you've been studying all this stuff with us. And being a teacher to that baby. Yeah, you a super mom. High five. Pound it, as my grandbaby would say. You said, I'm up. I had a little bit too much coffee. Listen, everybody said congratulations, Niecy Pooh. Yeah. Your third degree. Yes. Yes, that's my Niecy Pooh. Mm-hmm. Yes. You said, shoot, I'm still trying to go through these classes to find the honeycomb project. And I don't even know what day it was. I know it was sometime in November. It was around the second or third week of November, right? Because I think that was either after, looking like November sometime. Go from like probably the 13th of November. It was right before Thanksgiving. Okay. So the week before Thanksgiving. Or 2 weeks. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was going to say, like 14th, 15th, 16th, sometime around there in November. And you saying right before Thanksgiving. So a few days before Thanksgiving. Yeah, we love you and we proud of you. Yeah. I was trying to tell my daughter about it the other day. I was trying to tell my daughter about the exercise, and I was like, listen, it's somewhere on the internet. I don't know. You know how many assignments I give out? You said I had my baby. Oh, congratulations, Pumpkin. We got Circle Littles going on, everything. Listen, you know you can come back to this class whenever you need to. It's all right. Life be lifing. Because sometimes it's hard for me to be in class. Like, because it be all this stuff going on back here in the back part of my head. And I be having to push it. And then somebody will write something and somebody. So I get it. 100%. I be trying to listen. It be a lot going on. Because y'all know normally I would have had a class. I ain't even going to hold y'all right now. It ain't. I did see some stuff that I wanted to reiterate to our family. To you know. And we never know when there's somebody watching it here. You said I done had 2 babies since I joined. Okay, 2 Circle Littles. Not you didn't with the double up. Did you come in 22? Keish? That might have been a number for you. Look. Double for your trouble, sure did. Okay. Listen. She said I done had 2 babies since I joined here. 2. It's so many. I wouldn't be surprised if we 23. Oh, okay, so close. All right. It's still a 2 in there, girl. Double for your trouble. We'll take it. Listen, but you didn't have to. Wait a minute. Well, no, that's about right. 2 babies. Now that's a super mom. I got one. No limit soldier, and I'm tired, girl. Listen. We excited about it. We didn't have a lot of circle little babies, and it makes me very very excited that we had all these babies. And look, my grandbabies was added to the circle little list too. So look, I know from my line of the tree, I didn't got to add 4 little circle littles in here. So about to be 5. Shoot, it's crazy. And all y'all grandbabies and nieces and babies that's been born, yeah, we got a whole tribe of little ones. And do. Oh, I talked to. I don't know how I do this, but every time I be getting ready to get off, look what I turned to. And I just opened it. Ain't no marker on it or nothing. Look at that. The economic system of the Antichrist. And gold and silver will be worthless. The coming economic boom. Ain't that crazy? Y'all see it right there? The economic system of the Antichrist. And then gold and silver will be worthless. Y'all see it? And I just opened it up. It wasn't on there already or nothing. Them CERCA Friday, girl. And do. We used to have them. You said we're going to be all right because we got food stored up and still getting stuff. Come on. And is. Come on, Keish. See? When I be hearing stuff like that, that be making me happy. You know that, right? And that's why I be mad at who got this book? I would be scared to do that because I don't know who would get it, Auntie. Because people are very hesitant about people having pictures of their kids, and everybody here ain't our family. You said he would bless our twos and fews and do. You said Dad be on my neck. My devotion was just because I can say it. Don't mean I should. Oh. If you have this book, can you please read? He will divide the land for gain. It's page 234 in my book, okay? I don't know what it is in yours. Let me see what chapter this is. Y'all want to do this real quick? Give me a second. I think we should read this right now. Y'all want to? We ain't going to read all of it, but some of this is... Give me a second. Let me go get me... Let me get... Y'all know. Give me a second. Because I got to... If you got the book, go get it. here we go. Just a little bit of this, because that's crazy that I turned to that, and then it's kind of like, what's happening right now? All right. So it says, he shall cause them to rule over many and divide the land for gain. We on page 234. Wait a minute. Let's go back one. We're gonna read. We're gonna read the real quick. I'm on page 233. I'm sorry. So the gold and silver will be worthless. We're gonna read that because that goes into the next thing. So it says, James commented on this situation. Come now, you rich, and weep and howl for your miseries that are coming upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver are corroded, and their corrosion will be a witness against you and will eat your flesh like fire. You have heaped up treasure in the last days. Who's doing that right now? Who's heaping up riches right now, and gold and beautiful clothing and all? Who's doing that? And who is dividing up the lands of the world? All of these governments are going and taking over other people's lands, are they not? Russia taking over Ukraine. America's taking over Venezuela, trying to take over Greenland. And all of it is for what? I think somebody in Asia is trying to go against somebody else in Asia. Somebody in So all of the countries are taking over somebody else's country, and it's only for whatever they can make money with. Whatever natural resources, the resources of the land, they're doing it for money, gain. Now they're saying this person is going to run this country and this person is going to run this country and so forth and so on, and it's only to get the money or the raw materials that are in the land. So we're literally watching this part happen right now. It ain't cities or little plots. It's whole countries that are, hey, you said, I love you too. You said, sound like a lot of greed. Exactly. So it says that when the Antichrist comes on the scene, there will be, he is going to divide the land up for gain. Now, who is backing, and we know, just put the colors of the flag that is backing all of the world leaders right now to do what they're doing, that is funding it. Don't put the name, put the colors, please. The people that are come on, Danny, come on. Okay, Game of Thrones colors, okay, right? So since he has been on the scene, there is a group that is funding all that is happening right now. And it is the lands being divided up. Why is that happening? Is that the 10 kingdoms? You think it's the 10 kingdoms? Or excuse me, the 7 kingdoms and the 10 kings? Are we seeing this play out right now? Because if we become one with this, and then they become one with that, it's looking like right. The 10 kings, okay, and the 7 kingdoms. So we're seeing it happen right in our face right now. Okay. Okay. All right. So it says, I'm sorry. It says, you have heaped up treasure in the last days. This prophecy indicates that gold and silver will cease to be the ultimate safety net for wealth as they have served so often in the past. Are we living that right now? Huh? They say a lot of America's money ain't even backed by gold anymore. We used to have silver deposits, and they said our money ain't even backed by gold no more, for real. So this was in 1993 or 4 that this book was written. But in 20 and 26, we are seeing, we got this Bitcoin and this, and I don't really understand the whole gist of that stuff, but I understand that gold and silver here shortly are going to be obsolete. They're not going to have any value, because if you can't hand a person gold bricks and go in the store and buy nothing, right? The gold dollars that everybody was buying in Vegas, the silver dollars, the actual 20s and 50 in gold or whatever that was, where you could put your money in there and then they give you, that ain't about to do you no good. It won't matter if you have $10 million in gold. If you don't digitize the money, you won't be able to use that gold, right or wrong. Am I tripping? Because the only way that you will be able to purchase is with digital currency. So it's not going to matter if you have gold, silver, diamonds. You said right, it hasn't been backed by gold since 1971. Okay, so this has already happened then. So this has already happened. Okay. I just want to see if y'all see what I see. All right. It says, it is possible that the Prince of Darkness will make possession of gold and silver illegal. This may form part of his plan to introduce a new monetary system that will assure his totalitarian control of society. Are we watching that happen right now? And the nickel. They said the nickel coming next. And the dime. Huh? What did they say in the UK with their citizens? We got any UKers in here. What they saying in the UK now? China. I don't know if it made it to Japan yet, but I know China got a system. I know a couple other countries, and Elise was telling us that they got the retina scanners and the fingerprint over there where they at for work and school and some other stuff. Can we do this? What countries are using digital ID right now? And let's see how many. It's what, 186 countries, 100 and something countries around the world. You said they got to do a government issue card because credit cards and debit cards is no longer a thing. Okay. Mexico does too. So they got the, really? So that's Mexico, the UK, China. Who else got a digital ID system that you have to have, like a government card or whatever else it is to be able to access money? Let's just see. You says hospitals are getting them and the scanners? That part, Overleen. The UN, but for medical only for now. Interesting. So the UN is saying for medical, you gotta. Japan already has their system. Okay, Sparkles. I did say China. They have the B system. They had it first. They have a social credit score, yeah. And if your social, they can stop you from they was the ones that was denying people rides with COVID. If it didn't turn green and red, you wasn't getting on. You said Apple phones already have the options. Whole Foods have the pay with your palm readers at the registers. There are 195 countries and over 100 are using the digital ID. Let me take a picture. VB, are you Vonda? Are you Vonda? I be trying. Y'all know I'm loud. Bill. Okay. All right. Okay, Bill. All right. India and Estonia. Interesting. Singapore. Yeah. So she just said there are 195 countries and over 100 are using the digital ID. It's okay. Just it's gonna take me a minute to learn who everybody is. I think I should get another 6 months to relearn the new names. Mm-hmm. I done had to learn 15 of them. Because some of y'all wasn't the same on your Instagram. Some of y'all wasn't the same on your fan base. Some of y'all wasn't the same on YouTube, TikTok, or now this one. So that's 5 different things that I've had to learn. And I think when we had the website, y'all was using other names too. Don't forget that when we had the app thing going there. So I had to learn, and y'all emails. It's not the names that I have to know here either. So, yeah, that's Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, fan base, and now this place, and email. So that's 6 places where you could have a different name, and I have no idea of who I'm talking to, and I still be loving on y'all like I know sometimes, and I don't. I'm just keep loving you. I'm gonna just keep loving you, and don't forget. Oh yeah, Cash App or Venmo too, because y'all be having different names on there as well. Yep. So that's about 7 places where one person might have 7 different names or 7 different call tags, and I'm supposed to know who everybody is, and I can't see pictures or nothing sometimes. And then y'all be looking at me like how she don't remember. You wouldn't remember either. Yep. You said what now? I don't know what you're talking about, ma'am. So out of 195 countries, already. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. In 190 out of 195 countries, we already got 100 that are using digital ID. Y'all don't think that should be alarming? That y'all don't think that's alarming? More have it than don't. I don't care if it is 5. 5 more countries are using digital ID than not. That's more than half then. And with the way stuff is going, that number is probably going to change very quickly in this year. No. Y'all okay? Hello? Is we here? Y'all sleep? Google said it's rapidly increasing. Interesting. Y'all got digital ID. We got somebody that's in South Africa that already told us they're using retina scanners and everything. What do you mean? Some of those countries are African countries. He said, I remember when they was talking about it because it was certain African countries was throwing their money in the street, like Venezuela or whoever it was a couple of years ago too. I think Singapore tried to push back. That was made out to be. I get it. It's not gonna be hackers. Yeah. Okay. All right. It said the governments of the world hate gold and silver. Interesting. The governments of the world hate gold and silver. During the 1930s, the Roosevelt administration made gold bullion ownership illegal. You said it is probable that the New World government will outlaw gold and silver to force people to use the new cashless electronic financial system. That's where we at. Is that where we at? We're being forced into taking the digital ID, right? The digital ID is the cashless banking system. It's gonna all be hooked. Some places don't even take cash, and they eased it in. They started doing it during 2020. Do you remember? That was the kickoff. Remember, they were saying because the money is dirty, and that's why they wanted you to tap, and that's what was no contact, and they were saying that it was, being spread on the money. Remember this? Card only. And ever since then, they have gone more and more cashless. No? Airports cashless. A lot of restaurants cashless. Hospital is cashless. Everything. So it's been 6 years this year that we on a large scale started to see cash not be accepted and told where you could spend it and where you couldn't. When folks used to didn't even want a card because they didn't trust that you had the money in the bank, they'll want your cash first. Y'all remember? They'll rather have the dollars than a card. Hello. Because they knew they had that money. They can run that thing across it and know it's real. They'll take your card, but if you had cash, they'll rather take the cash. You said some places in Ohio is still cash only. Okay. So you know that if they don't transfer over, then they would have to close their business. Is that a buy or sell type situation? You said machine ATM breakdown. Listen. If that business is only cash and they say we're no longer accepting cash at the banks, taking cash, which they've been doing, that business has to close unless they go digital. What happens to their livelihood? The company. You said, remember when the money lenders ran out of coins? It keeps happening. Come on now. You said, yeah, they know they don't plan on taking them. Got it. I'm just saying, what happens to the business owners that decide not, they lose their company because they won't even be able to buy more things to put into their store or to put into their restaurant, because you're going to have to do the digital to get anything. So then all of these businesses, they have to close because you can't go to wherever a supplier and get anything if you don't have the digital currency. So you might get away with it for what, 3 months or so maybe, but then what happens when you've depleted your store? And even the money that people are bringing you, you can't spend it nowhere. You said, just heard 38 countries refusing to send stuff to us. Did we talk about it, sister? About the ports and what wasn't going to be coming through there? And if it was going to be so expensive, you probably wouldn't be able to afford it. We talked about international cargo several times. Crazy. Whew. In the great tribulation, only those who carry the mark of the beast will be able to buy or sell. Jesus warned them, do not lay up for yourselves treasures on earth where moth and rust destroy and where thieves break in and steal. In his statement, Christ warned men to carefully consider where we invest our treasures. It is only those things we have accomplished for God that will be waiting for us in heaven. Additionally, Christ's words remind us that earthly riches will have little value during the rule of the Antichrist. I'm going to say that again. Whew. Additionally, Christ's words reminds us that earthly riches will have little value during the rule of the Antichrist. In that terrible period, Revelation prophesies that the great men and the rich men will hide themselves in the caves and in the rocks of mountains, and they will cry out, hide us from the face of him that sits on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb, and from the great day of his wrath is of his wrath is come, and who is able to stand? Crazy. So they're gonna have their elaborate bunkers. They gonna have all of this stuff packed up for 30 years with the pools, because y'all done seen them bunkers in the mountains. They got pools in them. They got the rooms lit up to where it feel like they outside, and it looks like, you know what I'm saying, they didn't have people come in and do like the different ceilings on them that are whatever you want to call it, where it like changes so it looks like it's raining. They can see different scenes, and so they don't feel like they're on the inside. Chess, golf court, everything down there. Right. Nuts. It says, he shall cause them to rule over many and divide the land for gain. In his ingenious plans to reform the world's economy, The Antichrist will win great popularity with his plans to redistribute the wealth of society. Early in this century, the communists won initial popularity in their promises to divide the land of the rich to distribute it to the peasants. The rise of democratic socialism in Europe has prepared the masses for the promises of the coming world dictator to divide the land for gain. A growing sense of entitlement in the citizens of the West. What? This book was written in 1994. A growing sense of entitlement in the citizens of the West is setting the stage for the economic system of the Antichrist. Did you hear that? What hemisphere are we on? Anybody know? The Western? So it says right here, it says a growing, now this was in 1993 or 1994, a growing sense of entitlement. I'm thinking that word is being tossed around. In the citizens of the West is setting the stage for the economic system of the Antichrist. Interesting. The prophet Daniel says that the prince of darkness will amass great riches through his total domination of the economies of the nations under his control. Ain't that what's happening right now? Is this not what's happening right now? Because we know that CC is funding all of this. And that man then been over there for 3.5 years. Right? Not this man that's almost about to, well, I ain't going to say what nobody about to do, but the other man has been there for 3.5 years, and now CC is going to all of the leaders and saying, we own you, and if you don't blase skip whatever, this is what's gonna happen. We just gonna have you erased, and we'll just find somebody to put in here. So either you go along with us, or it's the other, we gonna come in here and do what we do. So this is happening right now, right? Or no? The lands are being divided up. All of this stuff is being divided up for the elite. No? Interesting. It says his greed will surpass the bounds of previous historical experience. His military conquest will produce massive amounts of captured treasures. He shall have power over the treasures of the gold and silver, and over the precious things of Egypt. Also the Libyans and Ethiopians shall follow at his heels. And through his cunning he shall cause deceit to prosper under his hand. That's crazy. And he shall magnify himself in his heart. He shall destroy many in their prosperity. The economic prosperity produced by the satanic cunning of the Antichrist will be short-lived. In the end, everything will turn to dust in his hands. James 5:1-3 elaborates on this prophecy. Come now, you rich, weep and howl for your miseries that are coming upon you. Your riches are corrupted and your garments are moth eaten, which is nuts. Your gold and silver are corroded, and their corrosion will be a witness against you and will eat your flesh like fire. You have heaped up treasure in the last days. Is that what we seeing today? Hmm? We're literally watching, because the rich, they racking it up right now. Billions and billions and trillions. We didn't have the first trillionaires. And I mean, just look at it. They're acquiring other people that have had their businesses open for years and years and years have had to close their businesses down because the rich want to get more. Do you think, they said that chlamydia is running around on St. Bart's? Would you say that's a plague? So it kind of feel like it's already hitting them a little bit. Everybody on the island left with chlamydia, the sores on their faces, and he talked about it. So kinda, it's already starting. Do you think that was like a warning, kinda? Because it was an exclusive place that poor people couldn't go. And everybody, most people that went there came back sick. And not just with a cold. What if they spread it to their spouses or their children? You said VIH is exploding here. Listen, we just talked about it the other day. Just talked about it. Measles. What they say? Flu A and B. What else did y'all say going around? What was the other stuff? So y'all said something else. It was Miriam had it. Leprosy. Leprosy in Florida. Mumps measles, A and B flu. I think the vid is still going around in a variation. And all of the STIs or whatever, I don't know. They used to be STDs. Now they STIs or something else. They got a whole bunch of names for them, but everything used to just be the clap back in the day when I was young. Or you was burning. And that just covered the umbrella of all. Y'all remember that? If you said you was burning, I don't know that it was just, we just knew that your stuff was hot on whatever else it is. Now it's like all of these different, it's not an STI, it's an STD. I don't know. But back in the day, they used to ask you, look here, you ever been burnt before? And that meant anything. You said Texas HIV is on the rise. I believe it. Listen, I believe it. It's on the rise everywhere, but okay. The water parasite, interesting. So let me ask you a question. Since we're finding out that the 2020 can turn into VIH, y'all don't think that's how it's happening? about it. Everybody was locked down for 2 years, roughly. And when everybody got out, some people went on and took you know what I'm saying? And then everybody was going to all these parties and started traveling and meeting and not just in the country. Well, this thing was everywhere. You hear me? It was everywhere. You said, and they're morphing and becoming immune to anecdotes. No way. Okay. Here we go. The world's most exclusive and private club of international power brokers meets secretly 10 times a year in Basel, Switzerland. Or Basel, Switzerland. Did you hear that? The world's most exclusive and private club of international power brokers meets secretly 10 times a year in Basel, Switzerland. These ain't Switzerland where CERN is? Or is that where all the seeds is in the place? Or is it both? Where's CERN at? CERN ain't in Switzerland. Where is it? Is it in Switzerland? Where is CERN? Is it? You said there's many, but the main one is in Switzerland? Yo. It is in Switzerland. Okay. The world's most exclusive and private club of international power brokers. The world's most exclusive and private club of international power brokers. Power brokers. We fight against what? What do we fight against? They told us. We don't fight against flesh and blood. We fight against what? Principalities, rulers, and the powers of darkness. The powers. There's a right. Powers is a type of fallen angel. The rulers of this earth, all time. The world's most exclusive and private club of international power brokers meets secretly 10 times a year in Basel, Switzerland. These men are the most powerful leaders in the world of international finance. And they meet 10 times a year in Switzerland, where CERN is. Interesting. They meet here to plan adjustments to the world's money, supply, interest rates, and credit for all nations. The Bank of International Settlements, BIS, was established in 1930 to oversee World War I reparation payments from Germany. It quickly became the safest depository for the gold bullion of the various European banks. Hold on. You said that's where the movie Rock. You said where the movie Ragnarok was filmed. The one that we watched. Where they said the giants was there, and you said you keep secret money in Swiss accounts, right? Right. And just think about this. The love of money is what? What did it say? It didn't say money was evil. It said the what of money was evil. The love of money, right? You got 10 powers, very secret. Nobody knows where they are. Think about this. That's, right? The root of all evil. The love of money is the root of all evil. And these folks meet secretly to determine all of our money. But they meet in Switzerland, where they've been opening up portals for God knows how long. They probably didn't even build it. It was there before. They just redid it with our stuff now. What if that is one of the gates to hell, and they do talk to not just hell, but to the spiritual realm? And they are pulling these beings. What if these, I mean, because we've been seeing in every movie that the people that are in finance are old angels and like they're fallen angels. Have we not? The devil always inhabits the super rich people. In all the movies, they own Wall Street. They some type of super rich lawyer, to the elite that do all of this stuff. Well, what if they was telling us the whole truth the whole time? Think about it. Why are people getting ready to sign their soul away? To be able to do what? Right? But specifically, the 2, 3. What they say? Buy or sell. All of that's finance. Buying or selling is all finance, is it not? People are going to give their soul away to be able to buy or sell with a digital currency. And there are these members that meet 10 times a year in Switzerland to decide what goes on with our money. And it is a very, 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 very elite club. Do we know that they're human? Because why do they meet there? And why can't nobody else know that y'all meet there 10 times a year? What if that's where one of the seats of Satan is, y'all? I'm sure he has a space on every continent. Think about it. What if that's one of his seats? And they go, because we read in our book that he shows up to these meetings and stuff. Think about it. Because people about to sell their soul to be able to, for finances. Even if it's just to be able to spend the money that they barely get, it is for finances. We know that these 10 people meet 10 times a year in Switzerland, and we know that that's where they be opening portals to other realms. Why they not meeting in, like, I don't know, somewhere else? Why are they only meeting there? It says since 1945, the BIS, which controls more than $40 billion in cash, has become the central clearinghouse for the European countries and gold bullion. Their elite membership is composed of the governors of the Federal Reserve Bank, the Bank of England, the Bank of Japan, the Swiss National Bank, and the German Bundesbank. Over 10% of the world's foreign exchange is controlled by this single institution. The world's foreign exchange, right, is controlled by this single institution. It says the BIS holds as much gold as Fort Knox. This small group of anonymous financial leaders use this staggering amount of wealth to trigger the recurring recessions. Wait a minute. Right, that's what it said. They use the staggering amount of wealth to trigger the recurring recessions, booms, and busts, affecting the world economy. Y'all, these words is little. Y'all see me. You said they are the one. They are little known. They are one of the little known but very significant international institutions that are preparing the integration of the world economy in preparation for the coming New World Order. Sorry, y'all. These eyes don't work like they used to. You said it is one of the seats. You went down a rabbit hole. Interesting. I'm about to let y'all go because my eyes is over these little bitty words. I need to get my thing, and I don't think it's in here, and I haven't charged it. But, well, I'm just going to say this. It's crazy that the world lands are being divided up. We know it's going to be 7 kingdoms. And if you read Behold the Pale Horse, it kind of shows you who's going to be together. That's a good book to get by William Cooper. Someone did the coordinates from the Bible. So he got a seat in Turkey and he got a seat in Switzerland. And Turkmenistan, even though that's not Turkey, but we know it probably was the old Turkey before they started dividing it up. Got a whole city that's beautiful gold with all these big statues and don't nobody be in there never. Interesting. Interesting. Y'all hearing this? He said the Pope, the past, he opened the huge door when it never came out. That might have been a portal. Oh, of course. I mean, you got to think about it. It's a big key in the front of it. Oh, yeah. Because they didn't build those buildings. A lot of that stuff was already here a long time ago. That's why, I mean, just look at how little the Pope and all of them be looking in them churches and stuff like that. The bases are just like the bases in Egypt and different places in ancient Mesopotamia. If you look at the structure, of course, they've plastered over it to make it look like they built all that stuff, but they didn't. A lot of our state buildings and stuff, they was already here, right? Because you look at how big now. They put a little face on it so you don't see. Because think about this, right? If you look at most of our state buildings, they look like castles. The older buildings, the closer you get to downtown, right? And think about what they did to our doors, right? So with our doors, they show this whatever, right? And then they put a window up there, and then they put something on the sides to make it look like the door has always been that. All the judicial buildings, right? But think about, what if that was the door? What if you take out all of the brick and stuff that they put in that little archway right there? Because when you go and you look at the doors in London and stuff, a lot of they buildings still got them big old doors like that, and they have the little person door that they go into. They just never changed their doors to other size doors. It seemed like over here they built up the columns so that they could put the glass on the side, and then, you know, put that little whatever up there. But look at the doors over there. Their doors are still huge. You said the old banks and museums look like ancient Roman temples, like a place of residence and worship for a deity. Exactly. Exactly. And if you look at the arches and how they look and the poles and everything, come on, and we already know who the original Romans was. Hello? The original Romans was the original, they was in the line of the builders of in Egypt. They was the great kings and stuff. And brothers and stuff. Don't forget, Adam and Eve them had other brothers and sisters. I mean, not Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve's kids. So, I mean, just think about that. Right? It ain't no telling what's under them buildings. The White House, none of them. It's a reason, and what y'all say, the ley lines, it's a reason that everything is in the space that it's in. Everything. Did y'all see that lady video today on TikTok? Oh, I downloaded it so they couldn't baby. She said, look.
Okay, no fucking joke. I'm loading up wood, and I look up, and this is what I see. Wait for it. Why does it look like a goddamn Yeti? Anybody? Because it's real tall. I'm not down with it. Alright. I think it's time to go back inside now. Okay.
Did y'all see how long that thing's arms is and how big? Did you see it?
And I look up, and this is what I see. Wait for it. Why does it look like a goddamn Yeti? Anybody? Because it's real tall. I'm not down with it.
Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, she said wait for it, so here we go.
Wait for it. Why does it look like a goddamn Yeti? Anybody? Because it's real tall. I'm not down with it. Alright. I think it's time to go back inside now. Okay. Okay, nope.
Did y'all see that? She said, I'm in the middle of nowhere in Vermont, and I don't want to FAFO. Did you see the one of the werewolf in the lady backyard? What y'all think about that? Ain't it crazy how all these beings that they told us for all of this time was not real is now on camera? You said, man, they are here. I even believe what the lady saw on the airplane. Yeah, Men in Black. You said I'd have been out of there. I could have. You said, well, my adopted brother swears he's seen one in their backyard. Even in Miami, Florida. Come on. Did y'all see that? Remember what I told y'all what happened to us in Tennessee? Interesting. You hear me? You said here in Montana just a week ago? She did this yesterday. 3 days ago. Saw the same thing? Similar? Still don't think it was important to study about all these monsters and these beings that they kept telling us. This is why God said men's hearts is about to be given out with fear, y'all. It ain't just gonna be she not me. Cause how many times is somebody kid then came running? Listen. You said, did you see where the one of the werewolves and the lady back? I might have seen that. D. What y'all think about that? What y'all? I'm gonna go right now, but I forgot to show that to y'all. I think we about to see a lot of stuff. Because the monsters ain't stopped coming out. The monsters have not stopped coming out. They just keep on coming out. All over the place. They're just coming out. The giants is coming out. The mermaids is coming out. The fairies then came out. The dragons then came out. Now they making the beings of half, whatever's. And the ones with the fairies. That's what I'm saying. Somebody just showed us a centaur and they said it was fake. I don't believe it because that thing was huge up in the mountains. Y'all remember, like on the top of the mountain or whatever. And we know they've been making them, but they've been making them before they told us. So all of the beings that they told us was fake and that we shouldn't even be worried about and they're only in dreams are showing up on the internet in people's backyards and stuff. Because I do remember somebody saying something about whatever these beings is in like Tennessee and stuff like that, running alongside their trucks at full speed. I did see that. And then they said he jumped on a man truck or something, and you could actually see like the scratch marks in the back of the man truck or something like that. But it was other people that was saying it was some kind of being. They were saying that in like 23. Which is why I'm so thankful for our training and connecting with the Father to calm our mind. Yep. He said, I'm so glad we got our mind together because, baby, let me see. Not both of y'all said it at the same time. Show me the scary stuff. Show me the scary stuff so that way I could just. And we got all kind of books on monsters too, which is crazy. All kinds. Yep. Which is real crazy. And now all the monsters are showing up. That's probably why they didn't want us talking about them. That's probably why. I don't know. Maybe so. We shall see. You said we stayed on spiritual regulation. You said for a long time. Here's why. Oh, yeah. Listen. This is the thing, though. That's why I said it's a lot of people that's about to be surprised about a lot of the stuff that's about to be happening around here. Monsters, all kinds of stuff. Beings that we was told wasn't real, but they been real. So, and the weather changes, food, everything. All of it. Everything we got a chance to study. And I'm just grateful he told us so. I love y'all. If you have this book, please dig into it. I haven't read it completely in a couple years, but I know we get to play in here. And it's some very good stuff in here. So if you don't have this book, The Prince of Darkness, by Grant R. Jeffries. You need to look into it. Now, this is written from a point of view of a dude that kind of feels like they was going to be in a rapture. Look over that. Get the details. You said leave the unicorns and take the others back. I'm trying to tell you. Last night I was in someone's live and he said he was a real vampire and his teeth and eyes turned red, asking if he could come in the house. Interesting. You said I'm upset my book doesn't have what you read in there. It don't? They took it out? It's chapter 14. You don't have this book, this chapter? For real? Did they change? Who else got this book? Good night, Pumpkin. So yours have it, yours don't. I'm going to have to check my own. Interesting. Yeah. The rise of chapter 14 should be the rise of darkness. The Prince of Darkness. You said you have this one and the new one. They are different. I got another copy and now y'all gonna make me look in my old copy and see. That's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna have to look at my old copy. It broke into 2 pieces. There we go. Part of it. This only goes to 176. So I will have to find the other half of my first one, because here go my first one, but y'all can see it's a half a book now. So I have to find the other piece, because here go one piece of it, but it only goes to 176. So I have to find the other. Where's the other piece of that book at? That's crazy. I think we took that out. Yo, I'm gonna have to look for my other half. I hope I didn't throw it away. That's gonna make me sad now. Where's the other half of the book? I'm gonna have to find my other half, y'all, because it's not up here. Interesting. You said I have it, but it's not the same color. Right. Okay, yeah, but I'm just saying, I ain't worried about the cover. I'm worried about what's in it. You said my front cover looks exactly like hers, but it's a different author and seems to have different text as well. I just told my husband the story of when you got that book. Are you serious? It's pretty spooky, right? And look at all that's going on now. My cover is black. It's the same book, just a new cover. But she's saying that they don't have that actual information in there. Yours read like yours read. They read the same. I don't know what's going on with that. Okay. Interesting. I'm gonna have to find. Now y'all got me wanting to find the other half of my book. I don't know where I put it. But look, cause this is the page I always use that came out of it. It's somewhere. It might be in my. The other half might be in our room. I'm hoping I didn't throw it away. I don't know. Cause I got page 176, but I don't know where I stuck the other half. Who knows? God does. You said your chapter 14 didn't read like that. Interesting. Okay. There are two versions of it. You said you saw when I first got it. Interesting. You think you have it too. Okay. Well, at least y'all. Because see, look. No, I'm saying I got two copies. This is my old copy. Right? But as you can see, it's only half a book. So I gotta find the other piece. I got to find the other piece. Mm. Trying to see what it.
And I look up.
Don't do that, girl. What edition? It seems though that these two are the same edition. Mm-hmm. He said, now that I'm looking at your cover, mine has the devil with a sword on the cover. That might not even be the same book. Because the other one doesn't have a sword. Don't it got a microchip or something on the front of the other one? It's like black and gold, black and white. Right? I thought it had like a microchip or something on it. I don't know, y'all. Yep, it has a chip on the cover. Okay. It got the chip. That's the one you got. Okay. Okay, because I was going to say, I've never seen it with a sword on it. So you might have the wrong book. You said, yes, it did. I remember seeing it right. Yeah, you need to get your money back, Pumpkin, because I don't even think that's the right book. The Prince of Darkness, Antichrist, and the New World Order by Grant R. Jeffrey is the one you need. Right. Yeah. Some good stuff in here, though. Now, read it like, again, this is written by somebody that has the view of the rapture. Okay? So, take the rapture part out of it and just get all the information. The rest of the stuff. But as you can see, it's lining up. It has been over and over and over. Every time we didn't open the page up in that book, it's lined up with what's been happening since we met each other. So I love y'all. I'm probably about to go lay down for a little bit. Yeah. I'm gonna go lay down and then I'm gonna get up in the morning, do some more stuff around this house, like put all of these books and stuff back since got on me. But y'all see I ain't fixed it because I kind of been in a little bit of a, I don't know what this mood is. So because from my understanding, people are still playing hide and go seek, and so then I just got to, I don't want people playing hide and go seek around me. He said there's one, there's two, the Prince of Darkness and the Christ, Order, and the Prince of Darkness, Radical Evil. Okay, but that's not what, I don't know what that is. Yeah. I love y'all. Yeah. Right, Joy. Right. Folks are still wanting to play games and stuff. Don't nobody got no stupid time for that. It's stupid. It's stupid. It's stupid. It's stupid. It's stupid. So, I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Alright. Just real crazy.